Good afternoon and welcome to ABBA, Abigail Bible Believing Answers. I am your host, Dr. Ruby Abigail. This evening, we have an exciting part two, continuation of Health is Wealth. And our guest speaker for this session will be Minister Frances Irene. She's an author of a book, Cure in the Cause. And she's also a part of a holistic naturopathic clinic that's under the auspices of author and artist Dr. John Solomon Sandrich. Minister Frances Irene is a compassionate, insightful, professional, and self-motivated and very assertive young lady. She's currently an administrative assistant at Number 2 Pencil Foundation. She's a board member of Team Blue member of Papa Cause, the Friend of Santa Claus Project, I believe is a nonprofit. She's also members of State Black Chamber of Commerce, Birmingham Metro Commerce, Gaston Chamber of Commerce. She's also 25 years experience working with the author and artist, Dr. John Solomon Sandrich. She's a former radio talk show host on WAGG and WATV, which was titled Irene's Health Talk Show. As I said, she authored this fantastic book, journaling her journey, as she was a survivor of stage 4 ovarian cancer. And her book is entitled, again, Cure in the Cause. It's regarding universal truth to live by, whereas God has designed our body to be self-healed. And if you don't believe in miracles, get ready to hear what she has to say. And I believe it will change your mind. She is your friend in health, and is compelling everyone to get the book and read Cure in the Cause. It will forever change the way you look at your health. So without further ado, Minister Frances Irene.
Good evening. Dr. Walker, I'm so used to calling you Dr. Ruby Walker, but good evening, Dr. Walker. How are you this evening?
Doing great, thank you.
And thank you so much for having me on the show. I always delight in sharing my experience, and my prayer is that it will help and assist someone else to realize that, just as you said earlier, your body is God designed to heal itself. And yes. I'm living proof of that. And I want to say, the book has been out for a number of years. In fact, the book has been out for about maybe 10, 15 years. And at the time that book was released, it was 20 years, but God has blessed me with another 12 years. So it's been it's been 32 years since I had ovarian cancer in the 4th stage, and the doctors did. Yes. So if he'll do it for me, he'll do it for you. It's just knowing what to do and how to do it. I want to share the importance of listening to your body. You know, just like anything else, your body will give you signs and signals. We just have to know and understand and listen to those signals. If there is pain or discomfort in the body, that is the body's way of saying, hey, there's something wrong. And for many years, I have to confess that I had ignored some of those symptoms. You know, ovarian cancer is called the silent killer, and particularly in women. And I think we as women, we pay a lot of attention to our family members' health, more so than we do our own health. And I'm saying that whenever there are signs and signals that your body's giving you, you need to pay attention to it, just like you're paying attention to either your children, and even our adult children now that we have adults who have grown up. They're not children, they're adults. We tend to be still concerned about them, and that's just made us to be. But I'm here to say that if you're having any signals, any pain or discomfort anywhere in your body, that that is a signal that you need to give attention to. Yes. The beautiful thing about being a survivor, and I know October is October and November usually is considered where we give attention, special attention to cancer, especially for females, breast cancer and ovarian cancer. The beautiful thing about that was this: when I was in the hospital, how it started was this: the day before, I was out on spring break doing regular cleaning with toxic chemicals, I can say, the Clorox and the oven cleaner, and all of the chemicals that we use that our mothers used or their mothers used, and they just passed it on down to us. Well, the day before, I had been using some oven cleaner, and this is I can honestly say that we need to pay attention to the symptoms. If there's any cysts, or if there's any bloating, or if there's extremely cases of gas, these are certain symptoms that you really need to give attention to, especially the bloating. If there's bleeding in any part of your area, uh, you need to also give that attention, especially if it's not a menstrual flow. It's you see signs of bleeding, whether it's in the rectum or whether it's coming from the vaginal area. You do need to give that attention because again, that's another beat to you that there is something wrong and it's not meant to be ignored. But what happened to me was um, actually the day before, as I said, I had been cleaning with some very strong chemicals. And the very next morning, I woke up and I could hardly breathe. I could hardly speak above a whisper. And at the time, I'm divorced, so at the time my husband did take me to the hospital, and they did diagnose me as having ovarian cancer in the fourth stage. That was the whole experience helped me to draw closer to the Creator.
Yeah.
I am a Christian, have been a Christian for many years, but I have to honestly say that I did not really have a personal one-on-one relationship. I would pray. I went to church. I looked at myself and felt that was doing the right things in life. But when I was lying there with that tumor the size of a 6 months pregnancy and that dilemma, it changed my whole life. And I tell people today, someone did die um, during that experience, and that someone will never be again because it changed my entire life. And while I was there, I actually I said to God, I said, you know what? If you allow me to get up from here, and because one thing that everybody knew was that I ran my mouth and I enjoy talking. I always have, never got anything above a C in conduct. So but it was beautiful because he put this song in my mouth and my heart to tell and share. And through the 32 years of living, my life has just been it's been an uphill. It's been absolutely phenomenal, and I have a great relationship with the Creator, God, whoever you call them or whatever, but the supreme one of everything. And I don't want to offend anybody by saying a name, but the beautiful thing about that was it did bring me closer to that one that gives life. And now I say, if it happen, if it will do that, if my body will heal itself, then
Yeah.
your body and everybody will do it. It's just giving the body what it needs, the right supplements. I cannot stress the need for cleansing the body. And when I say cleansing, we want to start really simple. Even it's something as simple as a liver cleanse. Now, I've done several liver cleanses before, but the one that we have at Results is just phenomenal. It's only 24 hours. I've been on some that last 11 days, and I probably got through the fourth or fifth day and decided to give it up. It was just too strenuous. But cleansing the liver, and I say this because cleansing the liver is, you want to look at it this way. If you have never ever changed the filter of your automobile, you can imagine what it will look like or what it will function like. And so your body is the same. And, you know, we could be born again Christians, and maybe when we were younger, we may indulged in a lot of alcohol or maybe drugs at some time in our life. That's in the past. But what we have done is still has the residue that's still in our bodies, and our bodies could still be being affected by some of the abuse that we didn't know that how it would affect our bodies at a later time in life. So I'm going to say this: if you've never, ever, 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 and I can't stress that enough, if you've never, ever cleaned that liver, you are missing one of the most important things that could be done in your life. Why? Because the liver assists with the kidneys, and the kidneys, the liver also excretes the bile. And if you have a buildup of the bile, and you don't have a gallbladder, say you've had gallbladder surgery and you don't have, well, what's happening is that bile is building up in your system. And what's happening is it's allowing it to going all in all the parts of your bloodstream and also circulating in your body. So the most important thing I would think is give yourself a break. And Dr. Ruby, I must say, and I don't know if you mind me saying this, but you have experienced that liver cleanse, and
yes,
you can actually give a testimony.
Yeah,
absolutely. And another thing that I usually do with it, I always coach you right straight through it. We have a conference call. Usually it's with a group of ladies or men. I have done with a team of men who did it. And it's very enjoyable. Why? Because the scriptures say two is better than one. Yeah. So when you've got somebody that's going through it the same way you are, it keeps you accountable and it becomes fun. And this is what God wants us to do. He wants us to fun. So I'm going to say, if you're interested in doing that liver cleanse, of course, you can give me a call and I'll be more than happy to coach you through it. But it's one of the best things that you could ever do for your body. Absolutely.
I absolutely agree.
And Dr. Walker, you know, you care something about it because you was in that group that last time I did the cleanse, you joined us. And, you know, we really had a really good time. We had the conference call and there were questions that were asked and everybody was able to participate. There may be questions that someone else may ask that you may be thinking about, but maybe not know enough about what's involved to really ask the question. So we do have the conference call so that we can become familiar with it. It's very inexpensive. It's using things that you have right there in your kitchen that you use every day. And also you get a packet that has everything in it. So I'm just putting this challenge out to the listening audience that if you haven't cleaned your liver, you can start there and it will definitely kickstart your health in a very positive and wonderful way. And that's what I have to share. Many of you may know me from the Irene's Health Talk Show. My co-host was comedian Joy, and we would have fun. We would be on that show and people would call in with questions, and it was a 30-minute show. We thoroughly enjoyed it. And I just can't thank you enough for allowing me to be on this meeting tonight to share this with the listening audience, because someone out there is going to have some questions about their health. And if you do, Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an ND as Dr. John is, but you can always call this number. And is it okay if I give that number
Yes,
out?
please. Yes.
That number is 205 603 4523. Now, call that number for a free naturopath health consultation. It's going to blow your mind because you're going to be giving symptoms about what's actually going on, and it's very personable and very private conversation that you will have with Dr. John, and it is free. Now, let me repeat that. Yes, it is FREE. So there is no excuse for you not to call this number. And I'm going to repeat this number again. That's 205 603 4523. Or better still, go to our website at resultshealthsupplements.com. That's resultshealthsupplements.com.
Awesome. Awesome. And we'll list that in the broadcast as well, Minister Francis. We'll list your contact information, your phone number, and your website for results.
Okay.
As we did before on the part 1 with Dr. John. And you're absolutely right. I concur with everything you said. In my experience with the liver cleanse, you didn't oversell it. In fact, I thought you undersold it because I'm still receiving results, as far as energy level, as far as digestive ability, with my food and everything. It just kick-started my metabolism. And I concur with what you said regarding giving your body a cleanse, as in to reset and restart. And we're coming into the last quarter of this year, and we're about to go into what they call a dark winter. And it's about building our immune system. We know there's a lot of contaminants out with the viruses and the flus that's been projected. And I believe that you owe yourself good health. Anything that you can do to help promote your health that's in your ability, as Minister Francis explained, that God has put us on a self-healing design for our body. And our body does come across contaminants, and it's set up, with our white blood cells to fight off infections and things like that, and our immune system to help combat and work for us and fight off things. And we all are subject to cancer cells, and to allow them not to mutate is what she was explaining about. Check yourself, monitor, listen to your body, understand your body, understand the signs your body is giving you that may tell you or signal you that something's wrong with your particular body.
Yes.
And as it was said so elegantly by her, is that a lot of times just the pollutions in the air and things we use to clean with, or things we consume with the pesticides and things like that that's put in our food through farming and production and antibiotics and whatever, I don't know, a lot of the food now they're saying is being cloned, even vegetables and fruit. So there's a lot of contaminants, and we need to boost or help our body even do better what it's already designed to do. And we definitely don't want to work against what God has provided for us. And God has given us a liver. And when Minister Francine, as she said, she coached us, there was no questions that was too trivial or, foolish or stupid, or you was not made to feel inadequate or like you were a bad person because you needed the services. And there's some dignity and honor that she presents in her coaching that's just more than excellent. It's just amazing. I love her spirit. She's a Christian. She prayed over us. And the package, like she said, is very inexpensive. The consultation is free. They're not pushing any products on you or recommending things, outside of the realm of what they believe might be in your best interest. So I really um, encourage you to do yourself. You know, it's coming up to Christmas and it's coming up to Thanksgiving holidays. And before the holiday, give yourself a gift. Give yourself the gift of life, or a better life, or more healthier life. And because it's not just about existing, it's about thriving in the quality of life. We don't want to be like an old car, you know, or old machinery, because we've been designed to function with magnificence. And so I encourage you to call Minister Francis, I keep wanting to call her Francine, but Minister
That's
Francis
okay.
Irene, and get your free consultation. I believe that it would be the best thing that you could do for yourself is, you know, let's end this year strong. And as she said, challenge yourself, give yourself a challenge to come up, to raise the standard, to raise the bar, that you're going to go into 2022, that you're not going to be threatened or walk in fear, that your immune system will fail you. So I really encourage you to pick up that phone, go out to the website, check out what they're doing, and do yourself a good service, and do your body a good service. Help your body help itself. And one of the things I think a lot of the doctors are saying, for people that are even contracting the virus and the faster it mutates, are for those that are in poor health. So they don't usually fare as well as people that are active and are in better health and better condition. So do yourself a good service and cleanse your liver, study about your liver, and compare what she's saying to what you learn, because it's out there on the internet. It's out there on YouTube. It's out there on Google. Look up how the filtering, when she coached us through the liver cleanse and explained in detail the process, what to expect, the results could be different depending on your obedience to her instructions and her coaching. And like she said, she does groups of men, you know, females. She does groups of men, and she does groups of couples. So whichever fits your, you know, agenda, do that for yourself. It will be well worth it, because when I went through it, and she checked on us, made sure every interval of what we were to consume and how we were to consume it. We were given explicit instructions and clarity. You could ask questions, you could repeat what she said, and she repeats what she says, to make sure that everything is clear, because you think you might have read the instructions, because she do provide a list of instructions and included in the package. And I've read mine incorrectly, and then she corrected me and, you know, explained it, gave me clarity. I had phenomenal results. I mean, it was, when she say it's hundreds of those pellets and of those gallstones that be released out of your liver, because they float in the commode like little peas. It's amazing how much trauma that your liver endure from just trying to filter. Your liver filters everything, and it's your second largest organ in your body, whereas our skin, we know, is our largest organ. Well, guess what? Our liver is our second largest organ, and it's working for us day and night and day to help get good nutrition and help eliminate, and trying to determine which is which. And sometimes we have done some things that have not been healthy for ourselves. But like she said, that's in the past. When God said, you know, when we received Jesus, she didn't want to say it, but I'll say it because I am a Jesus lover. I know she is too. And this is Abigail Bible Believing Answers. Yeah. And we do follow the scriptures. Jesus is the Son of God. Yeah. And so we understand that, you know, according to the scriptures, that we're new creatures in Christ. You know, all things are passed away, so we get a redemption. So let's relaunch, renew, and then October, Octa 8, because July and August was incorporated into our calendar. So really October is new beginnings, 8. So, and as she said, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is Domestic Violence Month. This is the month where we're, taking back our power to say, I might come across some contaminated cells, but it's not going to be my demise. Because whose report are we going to believe? We're going to believe the report of the Lord. And we're going to get our voice back, take our power back, and any trauma, whether it's been afflicted from the outside or within, let's start afresh, recalibrate, reset, finish this year strong, and come into the new year fresh, rejuvenated, empowered to prosper, because God will that we be in good health and prosper as our soul grows and prosper. So I'll give our special guest, the lovely, the beautiful inside and out, Minister Francis Irene, our last words. And I just thank you so much. I'm looking forward to even more services. My son has gone through the cleansing. He loved it. And I don't know, I recommended so many people and shared so much about the services that you all provide. And I'm hoping, because it's good news to me and we need to share.
Yeah.
There's a lot of news going around. And so we want to share that there's some good news too. And when it's dark, the light shines so bright. And when there's so much chaos, there's so much opportunity to do and be better. So thank you, Minister Francis Irene, and we'll allow you to have the last words. Thank you.
Well, I am sure as I look at you and see you on the screen, it's been a while since I've seen you, and I haven't seen you since you did the liver cleanse, but you look 15 to 20 years younger. Oh, and I can honestly say that. And I'm sure you've had people to say, girl, what you been doing? What are you doing? But it really makes a difference in the way we look and also the way we feel, just by taking care of our health. And as I said earlier, one of the simplest ways to do that is to take the challenge of getting that liver cleanse. You will not regret it. It is amazing what you will see before your very eyes that's coming out of your body is just absolutely amazing. And another thing that you made mention of, Dr. Walker, was about the immune system, which God has given us the best defense. You can be masked or unmasked. I say this to all people, or you can be vaccinated or unvaccinated. The beautiful thing about it is your body has an internal defense that God has actually given you, and that is the immune system. Now, we have something for that as well, number 7, but keep that immune system built up by allowing yourself, first of all, to clean out all of that, I would say, waste material that you have accumulated. If you're 50, you've had it 50 years, let it go. If you're 40, you've had it 40 years, let it go. And you will have more energy, you will have more vigor, you won't be grumpy, you'll be more positive, and you'll be more spiritually inclined to help and assist. Now, I'm speaking from what I know for sure and what I'm living every day of my life since 1989, when I came down with that ovarian cancer. It was March the 16th, 1989. And at the time, I asked God to just allow me to live to see my children. At the time, they were small. But when they started getting adults, I went back and I upgraded that prayer, okay? I upgraded. So I'm saying that to say what he is doing now, there are miracles that are happening. You watch that miracle happen in your body, and you're going to be in charge of that. The name of my book is called Cure in the Cause. So whatever you caused, you can uncause by what you put into your mouth and what you eliminate out of your body. And that will keep your health in perfect check. And that's all I've got to say this afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. I hope to be back again. Love you guys. Love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautifully said. We love you here at ABBA. You're always welcome. That door is always open. So thank you for coming and sharing this great information. I pray that people will take the challenge on and do something good for themselves and finish this year strong and empowered to prosper and accomplish their destiny that God has purposed them here in the earth to do. So God bless you. Thank you. We love you here at ABBA. Goodbye.
Bye.